Hello, everybody. It's Uncle Matt, and I'm here to read you another bedtime story. And tonight's bedtime story has to deal with Froggy going to camp. Have you been to camp this summer? It might have been tough this summer with COVID. A lot of camps are being closed for the summer. But there are some day camps that are opening, and maybe even in your area there was some overnight camps. Well, I know for me, when I was a kid, I loved going to camp. Camp was awesome. It was just a good experience, meeting new friends, and just having a great time, just being away. Well, I hope you get a chance to go to camp, if not this summer, maybe in future summers. But let's get into the story. It's called Froggy Goes to Camp. Written by Jonathan London and illustrated by Frank Remkiewicz. And this story was copyright in 2008. Froggy goes to camp. Here we go. It was summer, and Froggy woke up and jumped on his bed. Boing, boing, boing. Uh-oh. He was so excited he bumped his head on the ceiling. Bonk! And fell down. Froggy, called his father. What? Up and at 'em. Today's the day you go to camp. Run amok. Froggy hopped out of bed, got dressed, zap, zip, zop, zoop, zap, 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 and flopped into the kitchen. Flop, flop, flop. Hope you got everything, asked his mother. Of course, said Froggy. Let's go, said Dad. And off they went. Oh no, cried Froggy an hour later. I forgot my sleeping bag. Oh, Froggy, groaned Dad, and turned the car around. 2 hours later, oh no, cried Froggy, I forgot my bathing suit. Oh, Froggy, groaned Dad, and turned the car around. Well, by the time they got to Camp Runamuck, it was sunset. I don't know anybody here, cried Froggy. I want to go home. Come meet your bunkmates, dear, Mum said. Welcome to Camp Runamuck, said Jordan, his counselor, and led them to Froggy's cabin. It was named Wildcats, but his bunkmates were two toad twins and an otter named Yasha. Yasha was nice. He let Froggy have the top bunk. Look, said Mum, there's your principal, Mr. Mugwort. He's the camp director. Great, said Froggy. Not. By the time his parents waved goodbye, the moon was rising over Lake Winnemucca. At sunrise, a bugle blasted. Da-da-ta-dot, ta-da! Last one up, said Yasha, gets tickled with a feathered duster. Froggy was the last one up. Hee-hee-ha-hoo. And the banner, the sign up there says, Welcome. Welcome, campers, announced Mr. Mugwort. Now listen up. Today's your swim test. Tomorrow, swimmers will race to the raft on the lake at the crack of dawn. But now, it was time for breakfast. Froggy had KP duty, and KP stood for Kitchen Patrol, which is washing dishes, preparing veggies and flies, and serving. When he served Mr. Mugwort, 2 fried eggs slid off right on Mr. Mugwort's head. Ha ha ha! Splat! Oops, said Froggy. Froggy passed the swim test, of course. Later he had archery. He pulled the bow, aimed, let go, and twang! And hit Mr. Mugwort's bottom. Throp! Oops, said Froggy. Poor Mr. Mugworts. Ouch. On Tuesday, the bugle blasted ta-da, ta-da, doo-da, and Froggy flopped down to the lake. Flop, 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 ready to race. Froggy, called Mr. Mugwort. What? You forgot your bathing suit. And Froggy looked down. Whoops. He was wearing his boxers. Everybody laughed, even Mr. Mugwort. On Wednesday, they went on the big hike around Lake Wanamaca. It got so hot that Froggy said, let's jump in the lake with all our clothes on. Jordan the counselor did a swan dive. Yasha did a jackknife. And Froggy did a cannonball, splash, and got Mr. Mugwort all wet. Again, poor Mr. Mugwort. On Thursday in the dining hall, the Toad twins yelled, food fight, and everybody joined in. Froggy threw a banana, but Yasha ducked, and it smeared across Mr. Mugwort's shirt. Smoosh! Mr. Mugwort was not a happy camper. On Friday, Mr. Mugwort asked, who knows how to paddle a kayak? He was also the kayak instructor. I do, cried Froggy. Are you sure? Yep, Froggy put on a life jacket and sat in the front. Mr. Mugwort pushed off and climbed in. Uh-oh, Froggy held the kayak paddle like a canoe paddle and dug in. Yikes! And over they went, splash. Oops, spluttered Froggy, looking more red in the face than green. Mr. Mugwort glared at him, then laughed and hollered, water fight, water fight! He handed out squirt guns, and they had the wildest water fight in Camp Run-Amok history. Splish, splash, sploosh! And that last night, they stargazed, they told scary stories around a bonfire, and sang camp songs like, Dear Mama Duck, Dear Papa Duck, it's fun here at Camp Run-Amok. When Froggy's family came in the morning, Mum said, how was camp, Froggy? Great, I hit Mr. Mugwort with an arrow, smooshed him with a banana, and capsized our kayak. That's nice, dear. And Froggy sang, Dear Mama Duck, Dear Papa Duck, it's fun here at Camp Run-Amok, all the way home. The end. Well, I'm glad Froggy had a good time at camp. Camp can be a scary place if you've never been there before, but usually you have a lot of fun and meet some new friends. Well, that's all the time I have for Uncle Matt's bedtime story. I hope you enjoyed that story, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.